Hello, everyone. It's Brendan, the youth minister at St. John the Evangelist Catholic Church, and I'm going to be doing a shorter video this week because I'm on vacation, but I really want to make sure that you are getting these videos because I've had so much feedback from people saying that they enjoy this. So, with no other time to spare, we will be going on to our gospel reading for this Sunday, and that gospel reading is from the Gospel of John. And this might be something that you are familiar with. It is something that you've probably grown up hearing about, and you would have heard about this at Mass a lot. And it's the reading where Jesus feeds the 5,000. And it specifically says in the Gospel that it was only just 5,000 men. So that's not even including the women and children. So there's got to be at least 10,000 or more people who are probably there that he's feeding. And what you see here in the Gospel is Jesus is asking the disciples to bring forth what they have. And all they have is a boy with just a few fish and a few loaves of bread. And then Jesus miraculously feeds over 5,000 people with that food. And I've heard it sometimes explained where it could have been people who were taking out food and sharing it. That just wasn't the case. It was a miracle. And you can see that it was a miracle later on in the Gospel of John when they all come to Jesus looking for more bread because this miracle happened. And that's when you have the bread of life discourse about the Eucharist, which is not part of this Sunday's gospel. But this Sunday, you also have at the very end that Jesus made sure he slipped away from the crowd because they were ready to seize him and make him king. They recognized that what he was doing was messianic. They recognized that this person who's in front of them, Jesus, could really be the Messiah, and they wanted to crown him as king because that's what they thought was the plan, that he was going to become a earthly ruler and not our heavenly king. So in here we have this miracle of the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and then they just expand to so many people. And this is also something to keep in mind with us. We may feel that we don't have a lot to offer. We may feel that we don't have much to give, whether it be to the community, to the church, to the world. But if we give it to Jesus, Jesus is going to multiply that by so much. And he wants us, like the disciples, to give us what we have as acts of service or something else. He's going to take what we have and he's going to make it wonderful. Just like he fed over 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, he will take our 5 loaves and 2 fish, whatever they are in our lives, and he's going to expand it ever so greatly, especially if we trust him and just let him work in our lives and in the lives of others. One more thing I just thinking of is when we plan on doing something. Let's say we are working towards helping one of our friends understand the faith. We can only do so much. Ultimately, it is the Holy Spirit that's going to move in their hearts, and the Holy Spirit, he's what moves our hearts. He's what does the conversion. And we're just instruments. We're like the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. Well, we're more like the disciples giving the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and the Holy Spirit and Jesus will work in that person's life to lead them to God the Father. And this is the beauty. This is the beauty. We just need to show up and be willing. Just like the disciples showed up and were willing, and they were able to feed over 5,000 people, we can do the same. We can do so much more when we trust in God. So I'm going to leave that at that. Just know that I am praying for you. Please pray for me and have a really good weekend. Bye.